Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. So apparently the Way of the Obsidian Eagle does not work quite the way I was reading this tooltip. You use it on a system or a behemoth, and it does one of these two effects, not both of them. Which I don't think is super intuitive from this tooltip, but, you know, it's information you only have to learn once and then you know it. So I guess it's fine. That definitely means I should have been using the ability on our behemoth instead of on individual systems after probably the first one. So, oops. Stuff I know for the future. Things that will be better next time. Now we have... yes, we have a system to rename. We must honor our lost expedition. So, I should click over here. Andrew Cookless suggested Garuda after a Hindu eagle deity, and also apparently it's the name of a race of enormous predatory bird in Buddhism, which seems pretty appropriate. I like it. And I like the ring of it. So, Ivanis, now Garuda, to honor our lost birds of prey. That's a cool quest objective. I wish there was more stuff like that. So we've gotten our 5 KE and our 150 dust. Speaking of KE, just real quick, where are we on Galtor? 61 right now? Okay. And unfortunately, a Lumeris probe is here, so they know. Let's hope that they're too distracted to go after it once we declare war here in a second. They also have some ships. It looks like they may have been intending to make a move on us, huh? This is very curious. So we need to get back on ship production. Xenotourism agencies will probably have to wait. You know, we're going to be fine on dust. We're already fine on dust, and we're going to be finer. We probably need to put together some more military. So here, and after the big data shipyards finish, here as well. Let's get a couple of kites going. I think our systems should be fine. We're looking at 500 manpower here, right? Each of these ships carries 100. And the two systems with tractable armaments are up to 450. Right, tractable armaments does help with that, right? Yeah, plus 250 capacity, plus 150 deployment limit in battle. I don't think that's an issue. I think 450 is going to fit within our deployment limit just fine. And then, of course, the damage done to the attacker as they come in. The damage dealt by tractable armaments is dealt before combat actually happens, so it can weaken the enemy force enough to lower the damage that it deals, you know, if it kills individual soldiers off. And is their manpower... I guess we can't actually tell, but I bet their manpower is mostly still infantry. Although they do obviously have the tech to make tanks. Oh no, we can tell. 50 infantry, 17 tanks. Okay, so yeah, they'll probably lose some infantry to the initial bombardment. I think we should be fine. Let's make the move. I guess we don't have to declare this turn, right? There's no benefit to declaring war right now. We'll declare war at the beginning of next turn, and then we'll complete our movement. And suddenly, it will be on. Also, we have this thing happening of... You don't have any movement. These are not real orders. Okay. We're almost to Gobris, meet a couple of minor factions out here, hopefully, maybe make some friends. What would it be like to have friends, I wonder? I think we're going to the militarists. Oh, blood ritual's coming up too, that's handy. You know what, maybe it's not that handy. This is not really a situation where I want to be losing population, not yet. But yeah, we can hit the militarists here. Get access to the spoils of war law, probably. That may turn out to be quite useful. For now, I guess we can run the initial militarist law of lowering fleet cost. Make our ships a little bit less expensive, because I don't think we're going to have a battle this turn. Although, boy, they are really arming up. Leandra has destroyed a civilian ship. Yeah, the food ship's coming out of Ysel, headed toward our new colony. And this has happened. Okay. Not super important. Our behemoth action is complete on Garuda, so we're going to have to deploy that probe again next turn. And here on Garuda, we probably still need to be building stuff, right? Like, I don't really want to make ships here. Man, you know what I really need is a source of Hyperium. I guess we're headed toward one. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Alright, let's do it. Let us make our formal declaration.
Welcome Welcome, welcome. How can the families help?
So because this is an aggressive war, we will get more KE from fighting it. Do I want to tell them to halt their attacks first? We get some benefit out of doing this, right? Because they'll do something and then we get to respond, and we'll get some kind of benefit from the response. So Leandra decided not to attack my fleets.
Fish in this galactic sea.
Reduced pressure from her on us. I don't think that really
I also
matters.
have an empire to run and contracts.
So obviously, this is going to cancel that thing where she can't attack our ships. But I was curious at what she was going to do.
A worrying message from a suspicious source.
Am I though? Am I suspicious? I think you should very easily have been able to see this coming. Alright, so actually, first, let's explore this curiosity. Why not? It was the honeycomb scope. Okay, I was honestly kind of hoping for like 20 Hyperium. That would have been a pretty good pull there. So the manpower on this system is 550. We're coming in with 900 total manpower, right? 700? All of it in tanks. We're only able to put 600 into a battle, but we should be much, much better at fighting than they are. Alright, this is what I want. Can we buff our tanks up any first? Let's see, we have marketplace access, so we can sell a little bit of something. How about all this dark glitter? Because actually, dark glitter is terrible. Wait. Is our preferred our thing is dark glitter, right? So we shouldn't sell all the dark glitter. We should sell most of it. So my mining rate on this, 4 per turn, so we need to maintain 9, right? Okay, now we can go and at least grab this upgrade. 20% health for all of our troops. We could throw up the war banners, but that doesn't actually do anything for us. Yeah, we don't need the movement or the vision. Alright, I guess we just drop, right? I don't think it makes a lot of sense to hover here for very long. We drop, we try to blow them out, and then if it doesn't work, we come back home, refill, and try again. So, we probably want to... Let me think here. If we blitz, we can jam all 700 of our manpower into a single battle. But do we want to maybe take it a little bit slower, do some preemptive bombing? We might be able to destroy some of their defensive structures, and also we get some free damage in here. Like, I'm a little worried. We don't know if they have... Yeah, we don't know if they have the tractable armaments themselves. They totally might. Yeah, let's go preemptive bombing first. I would love it if we could take the edge off of this this defensive force. Okay, some reasonable damage dealt there. And it looks like, no, they do not have tractable armaments. We have to be a little bit careful here, because we don't quite have the overwhelming advantage that I often like to have during siege battles. What a weird bunch of little buggies they have. This is their armor, I guess. Okay, that was a minor victory for us, I think. The game disagrees. But they had to draft for that. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. Now, let's keep exploring. Let's see if we can figure out where these Sophons came from. Oh, and we have arrived. Well, I think the first thing we should do is meet this minor faction. What have we here? Bagaba. A lowering of peaceful treaty costs. Not particularly relevant to our thing. Also, apparently, already allied with the bloody Lumeris. Because apparently, everybody is. We'll just throw some praise on them real quick. We don't really have a lot else to do with our influence at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's just the science laws getting canceled. That's fine. We can do a little bit of exploration here too. I may have spent too much influence. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I'm a little worried about this. Mostly what I'm worried about is whether or not we're going to be able to do actual lasting damage here. Like, if we do have to bounce and come back, is it going to be the case that they have come back, they've gotten back up to full by the time we return? I think we keep up the bombing. I mean, it's working. It's just working slowly. Did they immediately, the second I gained any approval with these guys at all, they immediately assimilated them. These Lumeris are... they're being real jerks, is what they're being. Doing my best to preserve my troops here. It's tough, though. It's tough when the enemy can draft, and you don't really have a lot of backup. Okay. Their damage to us was very minor. Okay, that made it a little bit less minor. Well, we'll keep at it. They can only draft so many times, so they just did a protect there. Oh wait, what am I doing? I should, we should back off now. Yeah, that's annoying. Like, that was definitely intentional, right? They saw that we started to get some influence, or they saw that we became aware of that minor faction, and that's why they suddenly grabbed them. Alright, well, we got some Hyperium from that, which is good. It sucks not to be able to reliably build engines. These guys are headed toward Yisel. We got, okay, just a couple of small ships. I'm not too worried about that. You should drop the mining probe. Actually, should you drop the mining probe? Or should we send you back to Yisel to drop it there? Yeah, our offensive stats are pretty okay. Yeah, we should head home. We'll drop the mining probe off here. We have a better planet to put it on. There we go. I don't know why that took so long to actually get over here. Man, must be nice for all of these other factions to have all of these resources. Oh yeah, our population boost ended, but we were canny about it. We had a plan. Do I want to boost one of my other factions here? Extra food growth with these guys. We can maybe try to get a Hiroshima population really booming, but honestly... I was going to say, honestly, the Hissho are fine, but they're really not. They're not... they're not great. As long as we keep boosting them, it's going to be most likely that we end up with a ton of Hissho. And I mean, they're also our major population unit, so it's already kind of the case that it's most likely we'll end up with a ton of Hissho. Yeah, I guess we'll just let it be. That's fine. You need to wait until next turn. Okay, we gotta resolve this situation over here. This has got to get done. I think we're gonna try to pursue our military strategy a little bit differently than we have in the past. We don't need to keep watching these. Okay, major victory there. They're gonna have to do a recruit last turn, and they've been losing people to the bombardment as well. I think this behemoth should be able to run off 3 smalls. Not that 3 smalls pose much of a threat to us anyway, but I really don't want them to just blockade me. Alright, well that's not very interesting. How quickly is the cost of this coming down? Fairly quickly, actually. Alright, you just have to pick a direction. I don't know. Let's go this way first, since we know the star lane's not very long here. Alright, well we could send some brood ships up Looks like we have another minor faction. I'm going to just go on a limb here and assume that they are already... Oh, no, they are not already allied with the Lumeris. Set the food at 5 if the natural value is lower than that. I'm not super clear on what this means. It's the food value per population point on the planet, or... Because if it's like the food value on the system, if the natural system value is lower than 5, that's really bad, right? Like... It's got to be on the planet. Alright, well, let's have a little chat here. See if we can maybe finally get a minor faction to play along. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we've lost out on the assimilation bonus for the Sirius, for the people from Sirius. Ah, they changed up their plan. Okay. Well, let's send out the mining drone. So they're coming straight for us then. That's actually totally fine, I think. Keep watching. Yep, they are losing people rapidly here, and we're really not. We're burning them out pretty effectively. It's going to take another couple of turns of this, but I think we got them. So food here is good, but it's still not... It's not so good that I want to do blood rituals, probably. Okay, so loyal is somewhere between, like, 70 and 83. Is loyal the highest level of approval? Yeah, I have to actually pay attention to our approval levels a little bit more this game. Let's see. A lot of these other buildings are not so good here. We definitely are not going to try to build a wonder on this planet. We could try to just build smaller ships for a little while. We don't want to be all mediums all forever. Yeah, just build me a hawk. I mean, we need a lot of stuff, obviously. Gonna need a lot of ships in the air. Alright, let's see if we can maybe meet another group of people out here somewhere. We should probably explore Kurha as well, but for right now, I'm mostly interested in getting to other minor factions before the Lumeris can. I'm hoping that they met the guys on Zuben via probe rather than by having a probe, an actual ship out here in this constellation. Okay, we're getting close to the point of preemptive bombing having no downsides at all. We can just barely fit all of our manpower into the battles as it is. Oh, they're conscripting actively. I mean, we really don't have any other play here. Just kind of have to keep it up. When the 2 kites are finished, we're going to move them probably out to here and bottleneck. I guess, actually, what we should probably do is move one of them out to here and bottleneck and move the other one up to Sirius. Although if I leave one kite at the bottleneck, there's a chance that we get attacked and have to run or lose our kite, both of which are pretty unattractive options. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do, actually. Alright, the Way of the Obsidian Eagle has ended. We are, I think, going to just use it again immediately, but this time on the Behemoth. There we go. That's the way you want that to be. Oh, hey, we met the Cravers. No, I want show location. Oh, it's... I'm already there. That's the location. Okay, well... That's concerning. We've discovered the home system of the Lumeris, or sorry, of the Sophons. Very useful information. Probably. And we may as well have it these guys. Also, I have probes. Been accumulating probes this whole time. I guess there could be stuff out here? Alright, well, this is going to be a pretty straightforward battle. Yeah, not really ships that we have to attack against. We just do this thing. We probably actually want the kite in the middle, right? I want the kite to absorb as much damage as possible. Maybe do something like this. Actually, just having one ship off in this flotilla is enough for us to get the morale bonus, but this flotilla is probably not actually going to get the close range damage bonus, so we should probably leave it like this. I imagine we will take basically no damage here. Yeah, no meaningful damage taken. I might have wanted to switch laws. I absolutely should have switched laws. That was an error. Before actually rolling that battle. Let's do another preemptive bombing. Okay, we got him. So yes, now we can take our kites out in the other direction. Occupy, this is mine. It was always mine, although there seemed to be some confusion on that point. We don't need to look at these. We did it. We invaded and occupied a system. We are almost at full K, so it's probably time to hit this button. 43? Yeah, I'll take a hit of 43. We don't need to go to Modernization right away here. We'll probably hold off on that. Buy out the drone networks. Just, like, get established as quickly as possible. What else do we want to be building? Xeno-industrial infrastructure is not great here, but if we get it done and then we pick up Galter 5, we don't actually have to move anybody over here, but we'll have another source of titanium coming in, and then that'll help quite a bit with this. Alright, let's have that be the plan for the moment. So yeah, we got 11k off of that one. And now we're in a position to just get really aggressive. Really weirdly aggressive. These ones are allied with the Unfallen. Let's see if we can get them under control. 20 extra manpower per hero on systems. That is... That's fine, I guess? Honestly, it doesn't seem very good. Apparently we've got 20% of the galaxy explored already, which is also fine. And we've moved on to part 2 of our faction quest. Win 3 battles with fleets that include a behemoth hull ship. That is... I think that's possible, but it's a little inconvenient for us. To pick up civilian emergency centers. Extra manpower deployment limit in defensive combat is cool. Or produce 4 strategic resources per turn with a behemoth for a duration of 10 turns. This is where we got stuck last time, because this turns out to be kind of inconvenient to do. But I think we can actually do it this time. So yeah, let's go this way. I just have to, you know, be a little bit more attentive. Okay, and over here, this is definitely wrong. You guys should both be on the same planet. Probably everybody should be over here. You guys are just, like, in the wrong place entirely. You know, industrial infrastructure will be quite good here. All of these ships need to head out. We should be a little bit careful with how we time this. It's going to take you 3 turns to arrive. It would be best if we got there on the same turn, so I'll have this kite start its movement next turn. I guess the really smart way to do that would have been to have this ship just move to Oyad, fleet them up, and then move them together. But, whoever said I was smart? Don't believe that person. They don't know what they're talking about. Do we want to try to go for this? The fact that it has 20k attached to it is pretty interesting. So we're at 205. We actually would build it faster on Oyad. It's going to be all of my Hyperium, though. I will not be able to build any more ship engines. Oh, we need to get plasma metallurgy so that we can actually exploit the Hyperium we just gained control of. Is it on... Okay, yes, it is on a system that we do control. Cool. So here we could, like... We could get around to actually building our xenotourism agencies, and then... Here we start in on the Endless Research Park. Wouldn't it be neat to have? And then we can actually bounce the economic behemoth over to here. Maybe. I think, yeah, it wouldn't quite be able to reach Yusel, you can see, but it would keep the others buffed up. That's probably fine where it is. In fact, it's probably better off at Garuda, because we can definitely get serious in the area of effect here for the Way of the Obsidian Eagle bonus. Yeah, this is powerful. This K stuff is a big deal. Alright, well, we certainly have direction. And now we have enough ships that we can take a serious amount of manpower over to the rest of their empire. Hopefully, fast enough to prevent them from teching against us. And we did, in fact, put a new population type into our empire, so we're already back up to 60k. Okay, those guys will arrive at about the same time. That's going to be fine. Harashims are paying us now. We get a new hero. Let's hold on. Let's hold off on that for a second. We have no construction orders? Really? Okay. Apparently we've become aware of a huge number of additional curiosities here. All ruins, weirdly. Huh. That's a very strange thing. Definitely need to check this out. Did we get any new curiosities? Yeah, we got something here as well. Let's just rush this one. You know what? 700 is such a large percentage of our total dust right now. Maybe that's not a good idea. Alright, once we get to Murgashi, we can curry favor with them a little bit more. We're only a few turns off of being able to pay these guys for a quest. We might be able to establish a foothold on this constellation. That would be really, really handy. I guess apart from that, we're just kind of waiting. So we need to pick up improved mining technology for our behemoth. And we also need to continue to upgrade our combat capabilities. We are going to get outclassed here eventually. We should be ready for it. I'll wait until everybody's all caught up here. Then we'll be able to take 2 7-point fleets over to Vega. And see this, this terrible group of ships. We may have caught them with their pants down. They may not be able to put together a defense quickly enough to stop us. So we need Behemoth Exploitation 2, right? Does the other mining probes here? We get 75% of the deposit value. Okay, so no, it does have to be this one. Or we would have to find a deposit that has... Yeah, 4 per turn. We'd have to find a deposit that has, like, 6 strategic resource value. So, as it is right now, we actually can't even... I guess we could go to Bonnie. Yeah, we could put down the probe on Bonnie, too. Am I allowed to... Can I get this without having the mining tech using a mining probe? I have no idea. Well, I guess let's get this. We don't really want to pick up Behemoth Exploitation 1. It does reduce the cost of Exploitation 2, but not by an amount that is equal to the cost of the first one. I think the facilitating link cost drop is like 25%. Which is actually almost... Huh, it must not be 25%. Is there... Reduce the cost of the second technology. It does not actually say. Well, my assumption is that it would not reduce the cost of this tech by more than the cost of this tech. Otherwise, they may as well just make them a prerequisite, right? Like, there's no value in having you be able to research Exploitation 2 without Exploitation 1. So, yeah, we'll stick with that. Additional support slots for behemoths and better economic behemoth stuff is coming up. Eventually, we're going to want access to the hero marketplace now that there are more heroes available. Our weapon systems are okay for now. I'm wondering, though, if we should maybe this game try to get a hold of some of these things a little bit more. No, not these things. Where are the modules that allow you to... Yeah, this stuff. Modules that allow you to improve the manpower deployment limit when attacking. Because usually what we do is we show up and we siege people out. But what if we just showed up with enough manpower and then we're able to put it all down on the planet at the same time? I think that might be a better move for us. Oh, I didn't even select a hero. To be fair, we got what looks like an okay one here. I do like a Seeker really early in the game, when this is still a significant amount of science by itself, is pretty good. Personal Militia is not a bad skill. Do we actually want to assign this Hissho as a governor? Yeah, I think probably. Maybe on Oyad. What was your starting skill? +1 science per citizen on planets. Yeah, let's do that. Because this is actually a lot of food here, since we already have 3 planets functional. 30 extra food for the system. Another point in there, it'll be 60. I'm a little annoyed about this Craver running around in our territory, but I mean, we could stop and attack him and run him off. I suppose we should. Strangers running loose in my territory is not good for me. How many turns are we from this guy arriving? Okay, next turn. And we can see an unfallen ship and some pirate stuff going on up here. I mean, we know what's up with the unfallen. Yeah, because our invasion campaign would be going a lot better if we had the ability to jam all of the manpower from both of these fleets into every battle. Definitely up resource generation on strategics. We do not need to reduce our system development cost. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, never mind that. Just continue on. We'll blow this guy up when he gets to Garuda. Alright, and next turn we'll be ready to form up and head to Vega. I think they're going to have a hard time resisting our initial push here. So what do we want to do with this system now? Probably... This is pretty bad here, this is pretty bad here. This is pretty bad here. I guess we could boost the food... Like, the food output here is fine. Not a big deal for it to be, 10 points higher. But also, there's very little of actual value that we can do there. We'll just keep mining all of the science out of this ice. That is what ice is, it's when you take science and you reduce its temperature by enough, it becomes ice. So we see them continuing to expand. We could head out toward unexplored space. I guess we ought to take this opportunity to see what else is lurking around the center of the ring. For now, we just need to keep putting the pressure on as best we can. Oh, you're not in guard mode. I think I forgot to put this guy in guard mode. It might be the case that deploying the mining probe takes you out, because I know that firing off normal exploration probes does take you out of guard. It obviously shouldn't, but it does. So we might have a similar situation there. Alright, we found ourselves a source of antimatter, increasing the value of this system considerably. And I guess we better see if we can figure out where the end of that star lane is. Okay, what did we find on Yisel? We found hydromiel. And that's a lot of food. Unfortunately, food per citizen is kind of a crummy way to do that. It sucks that that resource is only good at improving the amount of food you have once the amount of food you have is already good. We definitely want to build the interplanetary transport network here, but this is lovely. Alright, how many turns are we looking at? 2 turns until the first fleet arrives. And we have a lot of manpower we can throw at this. So here, we probably don't want a blood ritual, right? Like, just build the intergalactic supermarket, I guess. We could start construction on the next set of ships. That's probably the right play. We're probably going to need more. We also could build brood ships to send them up to that other constellation, I guess. And we're going to try out more ship designs. We're going to try to vary up our modules. I'm not going to conduct the war in exactly the same way we did last time, but for the moment, what we have access to is this. It's interesting how many of our food ships are just getting through. As there's not a lot of value in destroying them anymore, but I don't think the Lumeris know that. Okay, there's one lost. It seems like they don't consistently have guards around Vega, although obviously they do right now, which is really what matters. Alright, what do you guys want? Explore curiosities until you discover this lab. Alright, well, we have some scout ships out on curiosity duty. How many are we looking at here? 1, 3, 4? Yeah, you know what? That might be enough to trigger this this quest. And I guess this guy can run down to Kurha and we can work on that as well. So we don't actually know where the Cravers are from. We've seen Craver ships on our constellation and also on this one. So I guess what we really do know about them is that they have warp engines, they have free space movement. It's not really a lot of information. I can't believe we might get this wonder, having put, like, no effort at all into acquiring it. Okay, well, this is inconvenient. Our purpose is to... They have a lot of ships. Alright, yeah, if you guys want to buzz off, that's fine with me. Do we just want to drop? They have 800 manpower here. So the first couple of rounds of this battle would go really badly for us. Probably... It would be really cool if we could bring some siege stuff over. We don't really have any. And I do want to finish this. I want to get our faction quest moving, because I'm sure there are some cool combat upgrades in it, given that we are such a combat-oriented faction. Jeez, look at this. Alright, well, let's try out this place first. Alright, another source of antimatter. Maybe we should be building brood ships. So we're about to get hit by a relatively large force. You know, we should probably start the bombing. We're going to lose a lot of manpower here. They definitely have a superior force, but we can do some bombing, maybe get some of their improvements out of the way, especially combat-oriented improvements. And then we have a lot more manpower arriving in a moment here. We should probably get tractable armaments up on Sirius. He still has enough population that we may be able to just draft our way out of any problems. But Sirius, even though it's kind of far from the front, still needs to be defended.
Our purpose is to...
Yep, I know. So it seems like there's a bug. They definitely demanded... They said they were demanding dust, but then they didn't actually demand any dust. Man, really, we're not destroying any... we're not killing any additional population beyond the draft, and we're not destroying any improvements at all. It's a little bad luck. Okay, we need to wait another turn for another probe to come up. And over here on Galter, we should pick up Galter 5. That'll be another 20 industry for us. Then we can maybe start searching these ruins or something. So here we could blitz, try to take advantage of the fact that our troops are just likely quite superior to theirs. I think we can't quite afford the next troop upgrade, right? It's 40 Hyperium. This would be nice to have. You can take a quick look at the market and see there's not a lot of Hyperium for sale. Not, I think, generally a good idea to rely on the market for actual resources. The quantities are unpredictable. Alright, we are certainly not going to worry about the cheat cost during elections. Not really a problem for me. What do you guys want? Generate 209 science per turn in one of your systems at some point within the next 14 turns. 209. We have 99 here, 159 here. I mean, this'll do it, right? As long as we keep the approval level high, so that we're actually getting the maximum benefit. So I guess that's what we're waiting on. Just if we finish that, we have it. So, do we want to apply our troops? We'll lose people a lot more quickly this way, but we'll also do quite a lot of damage. And then we could go back to bombing once we're a little lower on available manpower, once we can no longer leverage this manpower advantage. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, we dealt good damage there, and we did finally get one of their defensive structures. I don't know that we're going to be successful here, but we're certainly going to try. Subterranean atmospheric and a pair of atmospherics. Let's try these two. Unfortunately, none of these were the one we were looking for. We did find the science from scrap tactic, which is kind of whatever. If they ever actually bring ships over to Vega, we could switch to spoils of war. I don't know why they're not defending it. We should have attacked one of their fleets before they left initially. I thought for sure they'd fight us, though. Okay, even more trees, and I got all excited when a second tab popped up, but it's just this nonsense. Well, yeah, we'll explore quest curiosities, sure. You give me some probes, I'll explore them right now. Just waiting for probe generation. We're doing a lot of waiting right now. Yeah, we may as well blitz again. I think we did some really good damage the first time there. But they were allied with me. I'm very annoyed by the way the AI is able to just take whatever minor factions they want whenever they want. So we're into shipbuilding right now. The extra industry would be really helpful. That said, I also don't really want to lose science, and here we can totally afford to lose this dust output. So this one has no downside, while this one has a downside, but also a pretty significant upside. Yeah, that's more than a 10% boost in both of those places. Okay, yeah, we're doing some fine damage over here.
Our purpose is to kill.
Okay, you're threatening me. Why don't you threaten the Lumeris and all of their terrible, unprotected, distant colonies? What do I want out of you? Honestly, maybe big data time? Maybe blood ritual time. Population's getting close to the cap there, and we could really use... Oh, I should probably have this up. We could really use some more KE. But I'm extremely annoyed, by the way, that, like... This quest is really frustrating, too, the one we had gotten from them, because there's no way to know how many curiosities you need to explore to defeat it. Okay, over here on Sirius we need... Yeah, we still have they'll have lots of good stuff we can build on Sirius. Yeah, this is just incredibly frustrating. The fact that they were able to steal every minor faction we've met from us, except for the one that I'm sure they will take before we can get it. Alright, this is the last time we're going to blitz, but we have worn them down considerably. Yeah, they really don't have a lot left. Okay, that has ended, which is kind of whatever. So Saltcliffe gets even more food and industry for his system. We go, Brightblade is someday going to be able to really, really buff this fleet. But we're getting closer. Okay, we probably... Well, we don't need the Blood Ritual again, but... Every time we remove population, it makes the next birth more likely, because the lower the population, the easier it is to stockpile food. I guess we just keep doing these. There's no reason not to. We found 50 influence. That is not valuable to us. Where's our other guy? We also should keep doing these. Oh, it's a trap. Also, this thing's happening. Plus 70 shield capacity. That's a cool thing to happen at this moment. Looks like he's mostly long range, so this actually should be pretty easy for us to win, I would think. Although we might not do enough damage to get the kill in one attack. And there is an element of luck to it, right? Partially, it depends on how many shots miss and stuff. Show me victory, alright. 3k for that, not a bad haul. Okay, so what do they have? They have a bunch of tiny baby ships. Let's go ahead and switch the laws up. Kind of curious how this is going to go. We're not going to retreat because I don't want to lose the KE, but also I think we should just win. The difference in combat power between a small and a medium is considerable. I guess this favors them pretty heavily. The fact that we won't actually be able to do full damage to any of their ships. Right, because we're going to blow up this initial ship pretty much instantly. And then I will not be at close range against these other ones. Yep, so that's a death, and then, yeah, now we're just gonna eat a ton of damage while doing non-optimal damage. You can see how much of the fire is just straight missing. Alright, so we lose there. That is not the one I'm curious about. We still got 4.3k out of it. And we did destroy half the fleet. At this point, a kite would be more than they could handle. We'll switch that law back next turn. Unfortunately, you cannot cancel a law that you just passed this turn. I do think that the pass was worth it, though. There's quite a bit of science. What's our science output per turn? Yeah, that was like a whole turn of research we got out of that battle. Oh, and we need to do this again. Oh, we should definitely do this. Plus 20% industry on all of our systems is, yeah, it's pretty okay. Here on Galter... Yeah, even with Interplanetary Transport Network, it's better to keep people on Galter 4, so we're not really in a hurry to get that. Sustainable Farms is now 15 food, which is okay. I guess growth is important. Okay, we did in fact get our wonder, which I think should push us over on that that minor faction quest. Yep. Well, sorry, we got this, so we get 5k for that. We did not, in fact, complete the quest. How much science do we need? Is 209? Yeah, 209. How close are we? Oh, the besieged is not helping. The riled researchers are not helping. Well, I don't know. Not a lot to do. Just kind of wait until the kites are finished. And let's keep attacking at Vega. So, at this point, probably we start bombing. They don't really have a lot of defenders left. They're going to have to start burning population pretty hard, or they're going to lose Vega. Yeah, they have 90 manpower left in their reserve, and we can just do this thing again next turn. Let's see. Salt Cliff immediately gains another level. Like a 10% boost to our science output with both points of that skill. It's pretty handy. Our empire-wide science output. So actually, another blood ritual or two. I know I'm burning our population pretty quickly here, but like getting above the topmost threshold here is pretty valuable as well. Okay, you two are just staying put. The Lumeris will know what our science is here, and the turn it looks like we're about to get to 209, they're gonna snap that up. It's just a bad feeling I have. Interesting that it's taking so long to calculate this time. Okay, there we go. Yep, we got him next turn. In less than 20 turns, possess ships to get... No, I don't care about titanium. I'm not super concerned about dust. 50 Hyperium I would not mind. Also, this is completely free. All we have to do is not spend dust for a turn or two. Sounds good to me. And we can now fix our behemoth. I mean, we could just fix the behemoth and worry about the dust thing later. Cannot edit ship design. Oh. Yep, you're right. Cannot, in fact, edit ship design. Because I don't have behemoth blueprints yet. Let's solve that problem. And then we have some other things we need to pick up. Well, one thing at a time. Mining probe is available, so we may as well keep it out. At this point, the economic behemoth might be able to just run off a force of this size. Yeah, maybe. Okay, we should probably get this going, and then this system's actually looking pretty good. We don't really need that. We don't really benefit from xenotourism agencies. We just make more ships. Let's increase the mining rate. What have we here? Psychoactive air and a small amount of science. Okay. This guy's going to be at Kurhoff for a long while. Alright, we got a free ship and also 5k, so we are now at Devoted. I don't really care about 75 dust. Does anybody ever choose loot on this? Let's choose to investigate this bizarre machinery. And also we got 20 Hyperium. I guess we may as well put him in guard mode so he's not asking for orders all of the time. I mean, I don't know what the plan is here. These guys are going to have a terrible time fighting us. Garuda probably should not blood ritual again. What we should do is... Boy, what should we do? None of this stuff is actually good here. Yeah, wow, like none of this stuff is any good. We could build ourselves some miner ships. I guess that makes sense. Build the miner ships here on Tor, where industry is a little bit more scarce, to complement the big ships, because of course the big ships don't fit neatly into a full fleet size. And I think it makes more sense to send the Hawks along with the Kites, because we want the Kites to tank damage. We don't want these Kestrels to be the ones taking the shots. Kites will survive a little bit better. Well, is that true though? Oh, that's right. We have the Kestrels all outfitted for Gimme Free Science. Yeah, we should definitely build a couple of Kestrels. Jam into the fleets. Totally forgot about that very good thing I did. Alright, here... I wonder if it's better to just blitz, because they're so low on defenses. I'm just thinking, when they draft... what is going to be the best move? Wow, that's suddenly a lot of ships. They brought 14 command points to duel with my 14 command points. I do have a hero, though. Also, I bet my ships are better than theirs are. Well, let's resolve the ground battle first. Hold on. They can't actually drop manpower to help the ground battle, right? Because they are blockaded out. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but maybe we should attack them just to make sure that we can guarantee that. So I think this fleet is probably the stronger of the two, although this fleet does have the hero ship. Because when we attack, it's going to put us up against what the game judges to be the stronger of their two fleets. This 2047 all energy weapons, all projectile defenses type fleet. Yeah, they want to be at medium range. So we'll be able to close to our optimal range and keep them off of their optimal range pretty quickly. I think this fleet is actually stronger. I guess we're about to find out. Okay, so yeah, we just turtle. Yeah, I think this is the right way to do this. Let's see if we get him. We got him to run away. I'll take it. Do we still have the... Yeah, okay, I left the Spoils of War Act in instead of switching to the Ship Cost Act, which is probably a small mistake. This battle should be a total blowout. This should be absolutely miserable for them. We probably want to assign the ships a little bit differently, though. I want the Kestrel and the Kite in different flotillas to draw fire. And honestly, this could be split up a little bit more, even. The Kite doesn't need a lot of support. Okay, now let's do that ground battle now that I'm confident those guys will not be involved. Minus 20% damage done to defender, or plus 10% damage done to defender. I just want to get through them. 10% extra damage from 615 manpower worth of troops versus 600-ish damage, but also we only get to use 450 manpower worth of troops. This is the more damaging option. Really, they were able to stand through that with a draft, even though they had no manpower to start with. And we didn't even destroy any of their population. We did get rid of this thing. I guess this electromagnetic shield helps to explain why we've been having a hard time destroying all their stuff. Alright, so next turn we're going to be able to pop out a Vengeance Kite. It's going to be way easier for the Kite to fight this group of ships because this is only one flotilla. Without access to the second flotilla, they won't be able to pull the trick they pulled last time, and we will get them in a very, very serious way. Do I want to buff up the power of a fleet before doing this? Probably the Kite coming out of here would be the obvious target for that. Because the rest of our fleets don't really need any combat stats. These guys have 4 move and 6 move. If we ran one of the fleets out after them, we could catch them. Hey, we should probably do that. One of our fleets alone should be enough to handle this. Did I... Oh, Galter. Galter constantly needs orders. Okay, so we have the basics established here. Now we're just waiting for population to grow. I guess we may as well get modernization on and then pick up some of this stuff. Interplanetary transport network will be valuable eventually here. You know what, let's just put all this stuff first, and then we'll modernize. Okay, we definitely want to issue this attack the second we arrive, because otherwise they're going to flee. Yep, of course they did. Right, and this, because this would have been the turn that I was going to get to 209, because they were going to lose their siege. I told you guys. I told you that was what was going to happen. Okay, that's a pretty good resource deposit to find. What else do we get? Oh, okay. More of those on another planet. Here we're now we're now losing damage from fewer points of manpower. The preemptive bombing is starting to look more attractive. Okay, got through 2 points of population there and lost almost nothing. Apparently that's the way this is going to resolve itself. They are moving in a military behemoth with 41,000 hit points. Well, I certainly can't, like, leave. Here, they're just going to retreat. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, I think this is going to be really, really bad for them. Look at their weird, slightly organic-looking ships. You know, I never watch the auto camera. Can you turn on the... Yeah, I mean, we're getting it. It's certainly dramatic looking. I don't know if this is a very good shot. Not really a lot of information there in the auto camera. So yeah, they're getting completely routed here at range that is favorable to them. And as soon as we close to close, it's a super easy victory. Okay, we have actually KE capped. Should have probably buffed before doing that. I guess we could Order of the Red Blade on this fleet. Alright, good luck against that behemoth, everybody. Also, we should probably run this dude off. I don't know what he's even doing here. Okay, what are we talking about in terms of repairs? 4,400? We can swing 4,400. Yeah, I need the ship in top shape here. Alright, so... there's nothing I can do for these guys. I couldn't retrofit them even if we did have a new design. So yeah, I mean, we're doing the right thing. We're just waiting for it to become a problem. And you should probably build the intergalactic supermarket, I guess? Oh, you should probably colonize this planet, is what you should do. And then I guess we will need tractable armaments probably here eventually. Okay, I don't have any movement left anyway. I may as well wait for the ship to come out of Oyad. Yeah, this I'm a little concerned about. But I think maybe resolving this tension will be a good way to start the next episode, because we did pass the hour already. So, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't incredibly frustrated with the way some of the things here are going. It's going to take us forever to root out the Lumeris because they are able to get any minor faction they want at any time they want, anywhere in the galaxy they want. It's a pretty good trait. I wish I had that when I played the Lumeris. Come back next time for more bloodshed, and we're going to have to speed the bloodshed up a little bit. This has taken way too many turns to take their systems. We'll work on that. We'll figure that plan out. And we'll see you then.